Hello, and welcome to another series of shorts. Shorts means how long the video is. It doesn't mean it's going to be a short series, just to explain that out. Because this one may be the longest one I will ever do. And there's just a lot that I need to try to share here. I really want people to understand the truth about the Lord and His Word, of course, the Holy Bible. Maranatha, by the way. And now, let's say the Lord's Prayer, and then I'll get on into this. I cry, Abba, Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our trespasses, O Lord, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, my Lord, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. In Jesus' mighty name. And there's the title. I'm just going to shoot it up there. This is part 1 of I Am He. I am the Lamb. I am. But hast thou left me? Now I'm just going the way the Lord told me to go with this. That was His title. And this is an introduction to the Lamb, in case you haven't figured it out. This is going to be about Him. This is about His Word and explaining things. Now, I'm going to provide with this one an opening statement. W.W.J.D. Y'all know what that stands for, right? What would Jesus do? But y'all don't know Jesus, aka God. You don't know the God of the Bible. You don't study all of His words. And I mean all of them. All of them. You know, the whole book I'm talking here. And y'all don't study them the way that you should be. You only want the first and the second commandment. You try to toss out the rest of the book, you just want the first and the second. But I'm going to prove to you, you're not even keeping the first. By the time we are done here, you are going to be introduced to Jesus and who He really is. But you're also going to understand how you are failing to keep the commandments of the Lord. A lot of you study only to be right, or you study to win a fight. You don't study to know Jesus, whom is God, the God of the Bible. You don't want to know the wrathful, unmerciful side of God. You want only the loving, merciful God, Jesus, that y'all have made God to be. Well, come along with me and let me help you know the real Jesus. Now, we're going to start at the beginning. Well, kind of at the beginning. This is the Exodus. And this is going to be used to prove to you who God is. But to also show you the God that you don't know. This is Exodus 3, starting at verse 2. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a burning bush. And he looked and beheld the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed, which means it was not destroyed. And Moses said, I will not turn aside. Moses said, I will now turn aside. Sorry, it's not, it's now. Phone got my way. Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burned. Now there are also things there, if y'all want to follow them. Trying to give y'all a chance to really see these things good. You're welcome to follow them out for yourselves, as always. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see God, who is God? Elohim. That's how they referred to him years ago, right? Well, they still do. The Jews do. The Orthodox. Going on. And the Lord saw that he turned aside to see. God called to him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw near here, put off your shoes from off your feet, for the place whereon you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look up upon God. You see, that's when people actually reverenced God and they were afraid of God. But man has lost their fear of God, haven't they? Wonder why that happened. Could it be because man has built himself a false deity, an unwrathful God, one that would never punish infidelity or idolatry? Let's move on, shall we? But again, let me state, there are references if you want to go to them. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction. What is affliction? I have surely seen the misery. That's what affliction is. And that Lord means Jehovah. That's God again. And the Lord said, I have seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, which means pains. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land to a good land and a large, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Prezats. If I don't pronounce these correctly, please don't get upset with me. I'm really not good at these words. And the Hivatites and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel, come to me. And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Now see, what did he just tell Moses? He said, I have come down to deliver them out of Egypt's hand. God came down to deliver them. How? Because he came. He chose Moses to be his hand at that time. But y'all don't know that, do you? You look at Moses like he did it all. No, he didn't. God did it through Moses. But y'all think that a man could just simply do these things? No, not without God. Not without Jesus. But anyways, let's get on back into this, because I have so much to cover. Now therefore, behold, the cries of the children of Israel is come to me. And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Oh, Moses, and Moses said to God, who am I, that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Been there, done that, said that. And he said, certainly I will be with you. Some of y'all be out there wrestling against what God has told you to do. You need to listen to this. Certainly I will be with you, and this shall be a token, which is what? A sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought forth the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God, Elohim, upon this mountain, Sinai, Horeb. Right? Come on, y'all. This is important. All this is to show you who Jesus is. It's an introduction to him, but it's to remind you from whence you are fallen. And Moses said to God, behold, when I come to the children of Israel, and shall say to them that God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said, now remember, this is God, Elohim, El, Jehovah. Yeah, that's him. God said to Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shall you say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you. Now, I will see you in part 2. And we will continue on. In I am he. I am the Lamb. I am. But hast thou left me? See you in part 2.